Okay. Oh, damn them. Stop it with the Skype calls. Grapevine, March 2011. $2.50. AA meetings in print. Just in case you're interested. I'm randomly choosing a story here that I want to read as I sip my coffee. All right. Now that's done. I think... Oh, that's a good-looking picture, actually. Hey, that's San Antonio. I recognize that picture. Texas Ocom, the road to sponsorship isn't always easy. But all you have to do is take the steps. How apropos. In July 2010, during the International Convention in San Diego, Texas, I was trying to hook up with my sponsor for lunch. I had actually been in town for my nephew's Air Force graduation. To airmen. I had actually been in town for my nephew's Air Force graduation to airmen, and was going to spend the last day at the convention. Dun dun dun. The last day we were there was July 3rd. After all the Air Force festivities, my daughter and I drove downtown and parked in the first garage we saw that was within walking distance of the convention center. My daughter and I were walking down Commerce Street and having a great time meeting and hugging people who were from different states. She didn't put of states of mind in here, mind you. It was great. It was hard for people to know I was there for a conference because I was wearing a Serenity shirt. Oh, it was? Rewind. It wasn't hard for people to know I was there for a convention because I was wearing a Serenity shirt with a long skirt and red cowboy boots. Yee-haw. I'm not going to read the yee-haw part the way it was written. As we continued to walk down the street, we met two ladies from California, and we all walked towards the convention center, having a blast, laughing and exchanging info. How do you have a blast laughing and exchanging info? This is one of the friendliest fellowships on earth. When we got to the big orange sculpture, we said our goodbyes, and my daughter and I descended the stairs down to the Riverwalk. At the bottom, we were a little confused. There was a channel that went off to the left, and another set of steps that led back up to the street. Well, I thought, I don't want to go back up to the street again. She doesn't want to go back to the street. How perfect for a grapevine story. Well, I thought, I don't want to go back up to the street again. How do I get to the other side of the channel? Well, swim, stupid. Which looked like it was on the same side of the street without having to go back up the steps. What's the problem with going up this? Is this woman lazy or what? At this time, I decided to call my sponsor. Yes, you are a true alcoholic. Do I go up the steps to go to the other side of the street? I didn't have an intuitive thought, so I thought I'd call my sponsor. At this time, I decided to call my sponsor and ask her where she was on the Riverwalk. She said, "Do you see the orange sculpture?" "That's me, I gained weight." "And I'm wearing a Boomer Sooners outfit." I said, "Yes, I'm right under it, down on the Riverwalk. I just walked down some steps to get here, but all I see is a channel and more steps that lead me right back up onto the street." We were talking on our cell phones. We were talking on our cell phones trying to figure it out. Then I realized I could see her, but she couldn't see me. Because she's blind. That was ad-lib. I tried to describe where I was, but there was this landscaping bush that was separating us. Then how the hell did you see her? Anyway, we kept talking as I kept trying to get her to see me, unsuccessfully. So I started jumping up and down and waving my phone in the air, saying, "See me?" She said, "I hear you, but I don't see you." So I started jumping even higher. All of a sudden, as if in slow motion, I felt myself falling to the right and splash. The next thing I knew, I was in the water. Well, let's read this again, shall we? I felt myself falling to the right and splash. I would think at that very moment that she wrote splash, she knew she was in the water. Not the next thing she knew she was in the water, but that's neither here nor there. My phone was still in my hand. It was the only thing that didn't go under. Protect the phone! My daughter was so shocked and scared, she tried to pull me out. Nice of her. A group of men forced their way through the crowd to help me, and they took my phone. No, they didn't say that. That is when my daughter noticed people on a tour boat taking pictures. See? She yelled at them, "Don't take pictures. It isn't funny." She didn't say nothing about, "Help me get her out of the water." No, don't take any pictures. That's a concerned child. She later told me she was surprised the people on the boat actually listened to her and put their cameras away. The 4 men pulled me out of the water that was, 4 feet deep? I was drenched. I have yet to tell you in this story that I'm only 2'4". With really long arms to keep the cell phone out of the water. I was drenched. They got me to the stairs and sat me down. 2 medics gave me a neurological exam to make sure I was not experiencing some sort of seizure or condition. I just told them I was alcoholic and they went their merry way. That went okay. I passed. They apparently didn't know me very well. I sure hope somebody out there is reading this same story. Then they slowly took my red boots off. Ooh, draining the water out of them, along with the muck, only to find that my left ankle was really messed up. They told me I should go to the hospital. A police officer agreed. Now, when did the police officer come into this? Oh, I guess now. I thought there is no way I'm going to an out-of-area hospital to spend my last day of the convention, or miss my chance to have lunch with my sponsor on the Riverwalk. So I refused the treatment. And that is when the police told me they needed to give me a sobriety test. What? A sobriety test? I told them I was down there for an international AA convention. They pulled me aside from my daughter and said, "Look, it's okay. You can tell us. We are here to help you." Damn Texans. Damn Texans. You stupid Texans. Only in Texas. Only in Texas, I swear. We all have little slips. Har har on their pun. Oh, remember she's 2'4" and she's wearing a dress. She's got really long arms for the cell phone. I told them I had not slipped on my sobriety, but they gave me a sobriety test anyway. Well, sort of. As best as they could with my ankle messed up. Of course I passed, and after a few more minutes of them advising me that my injury needed to be examined, I waved them off, but not before asking first. All I want to know is, how do I get over there? Well, apparently, stupid, you swim. You were in the water anyway. Why not come up on the other side? Oh, that's right, you were pulled up. Well, if you had tried to swim over there, you would have known your ankle was messed up, and you wouldn't have needed the medics. Oh, God. And I told them I came down the steps to the landing, and all I saw were steps taking me back up to the street. Ooh, there's going to be a more in this story. Well, to my surprise, they told me I had to go back up the steps, and there would be another set of steps that would take me down to where I was. I've been to these steps. Now, this woman's an idiot. I've been to that set of steps. I know where they're talking about. I mean, she's got to be from Texas. Okay. Another set of steps that would take me down to where I was trying to go. So I sloshed off with my daughter behind me. Did I mention that my daughter is 12 and she's pretty much trying to be invisible at this point? To push her in the water. She's any shorter than you, she will be. Wearing my drenched black Serenity shirt and my black skirt, and now muddy red cowboy boots. My ankle was killing me, but my pride won't let me care because I was on a mission. Nothing was going to keep me from getting to my sponsor now. I wish you could have seen my sponsor's face when we finally got to the restaurant where she and her husband were having lunch. She burst out into the loudest laughter, then picked up her camera and started taking pictures of me. I think she was a little put out before I finally got to her. She had no idea what was taking me so long. He. It doesn't seem like a really opportune spot for a he. After repeating the whole story to her and her husband, who calls me goofy, no one could stop laughing. And I mean the almost wetting yourself laughing. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. You were wet anyway. Goofy. Except in my case, no one would have known if I had wet myself because there was already a puddle forming under me from the drenched clothes. Ah, good. My sponsor had a one-liner for me when she finally was able to stop laughing. She said, "I've told you over and over, it's simple. All you have to do is take the steps." Oh, that's so clever. And they put it in the grapevine. And the moral of the story is, all you have to do is take the steps. Ooh.